Mark Schreiber, 138 Rose Valley Road. I got a couple comments. One, I'm very dissatisfied with looking at the agenda and the transparency. If you guys knew you were gonna talk about the smaller farm, it should probably been on the agenda. Which leads to your point, Kathy, of, and I'm sorry I addressed you personally because somebody actually made contact, eye contact. But with that, it's important for the public to know what's going on. And this agenda is not transparent because you would have to get another building, maybe rent the middle school to have a meeting if you put the smaller farm on here. Kathy, they wouldn't have had a public meeting anyway. When we were selling the sewer, it was a 3-2 vote not to have public meetings, or a 3-2 vote to have them. Trace Slinker, the president of this board, didn't want the public to know about selling the sewer either. He voted no. You can check the minutes.
No, Martin, there is a solution to that. When you vote for, if you don't like the way we run things, you can vote us out, but you should know a lot about that.
Oh my God.
He voted you out of here.
Right, they spent a lot of money to get this.
Come on, politics.
My name's Mike Fallon, 182 Maplewood. Some commissioners are a little confused why 2 commissioners are now against the building. Maybe they're hearing feedback from the public about their voice on it and not having a voice in the decision on where it's being placed. You know, I'm maybe the youngest person in this room, by far, yes. At 32 years old, there's a lot of young people in my neighborhood that now have sewer coming up, so that's a concern for us. There's a lot of young people also that have no idea what's going on because of how under the carpet these deals are, okay? And people are getting ticked off about it, and I hope more young people start getting involved in these meetings and seeing what's going on in their communities. That's all.
Very good.
I'm waiting until the end, I don't want to take a second turn.
33 North Hanover Street, and I've only lived here 8 years, but I was a successful builder, retired in 2003, and one thing that bothers me, I went by the other day, and I saw a driller was there, which I guess he was doing soil testing, I'm not sure, it stopped.
Speak louder.
But that really bothered me, because all this controversy that's going on, I can't believe that, I was here a couple meetings ago, and just made a comment. I think you're putting the cart way before the horse.
Absolutely.
And that bothered me seeing that you're spending my taxpayer money with all this controversy going on. My comment is just slow down. That building's gonna be there a long time, no matter where you build it. And I just would like to see us slow down. That's it.
Very good.
Christy Zarek, 262 Concord Drive. I just think that you should stop spending taxpayers' money on a project that is not yet legal. Can't you at least wait until the courts decide what's going to happen before you spend any more of our money? Thank you.
Are you raising your hand?
Okay, my name's Jim Island. I live at 1445 Farmington Avenue. Is this on? Okay. What's going to happen to this building if the new building gets built? Won't they have to add, taxpayer money to keep it up anyway?
Yes, we do.
That's a question. And if so, that's kind of a hidden cost back to the taxpayers because we're paying for both buildings then. Is a fire company going to move to that other building also? I doubt it. Are we supplementing the fire company for the use of this building? I don't know. And the other question I have is, the sewer system sale should be actually helping to subsidize the people that were on the system.
And those going to
It's an unfair tax to just that portion of the township those people that are on the sewer system. And, it's like an unfair tax, because we're paying about 65% more than what we were when the township was, operating the system. So, my question is there a way to subsidize those people for the penalties that they're having to pay for that extra cost? I mean, out of 13.5 million on the sale, some of that could go back to help those people that have incurred that huge cost increase. And in my opinion, it shouldn't go to everybody in the township. It should help those people that were on the system to begin with. The sale is profiting 13.5 million. The open space thing, I disagree with building anything on that. There's already a cell tower on that that's taking up portion of that property, and it doesn't make sense. I think you could get more opinion on the upkeep of this building and the Public Works building, and get lower costs for maintenance on that, and save the taxpayers a ton of money. I think you could get a couple contractors together, check it out, see what it would cost to keep it update, maybe yearly, wouldn't be a big expense every, all at once. Maybe have to replace a building or a roof one year, or some of the utilities another year, but it wouldn't be all of a sudden cost, and the taxpayers wouldn't incur a huge amount of burden right away. That's my opinion. Thank
Jim,
you.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your last name, I didn't hear.
Island, E-I-L-A-N-D.
Thank you, I'm sorry.
Yes, sir. Can I make another comment? I commented early on, I didn't want to take anybody else's time up if anybody wants to speak. I think that the commissioners, some of the commissioners, are conflating two issues. I'll grant it that the township needs new buildings, it's a growing township. Buildings are old, I get all that. I'll grant that you need a new building. You're conflating that with having to take open space property. It's two different issues, okay? That would be the last property you should be looking at. Now, this gentleman here, Mr. Reed, you mentioned the Donated Property Act. It's actually the DDPA, as your solicitors will tell you. It's the Donated and Dedicated Property Act. And
Correct.
Smola Farm is dedicated property because in the agreement of sale, Mr. Smola sold it under the condition that it be used as public, as open space. And as your solicitors know, the DDPA was enacted in 1953 by the Pennsylvania legislature, and there's decades of case law. Cases that have been fought over those laws for decades in many townships and counties across the county. And the mere fact that that there's a good public reason for using that property to the public doesn't mean it has to be deaccessioned as parkland, or as, in this case, open space, okay? And as the woman pointed out here, today it's the municipal building, but next week it'll be the fire company. Because the fire company is gonna say, oh, the building's too old, we don't have enough room for the trucks, there's more houses and all that. And it'll be the Arboretum, or it'll be whatever, I don't know the open space catalog here, but it'll be something else. So just because there's a good to the public doesn't mean it's a reason to take open space off of the open space list.
You made excuse me, sir, you made comments at the beginning too, right?
Yes, I did. Yeah, I asked if I could make it over.
Sure. Okay, this is, again, it's one cycle through, so does anybody else want to make who hadn't made a comment for close out? Okay, we'll go to the commissioner's comments.
Yeah, I would like to say one thing. Martin brought it up.